Hi y'all, I'm Melissa and welcome to my channel, Oh My Word Melly. So this video is not something I usually do, but I thought it's something fun to do on BookTube because I have seen a few others doing it as well like over the years. So as y'all know, I have so many books that I still haven't read. Like if you saw my previous video, you all know that there are so many popular books that I haven't read as well. If you all still haven't watched that video, click on the link up here. Anyway, coming back to this video, I thought I'll take a few of the books that I haven't read which are in the TBR jar, especially the standalone books, and as I don't know anything about the books or their storylines most of the time, I thought I'll read the storyline or the plot or the expert at the back of the book and just see what this book is about and pre-rate it. Because most of the time I get into a book based on the hype and I have like so many expectations, and certain books have certainly exceeded all my expectations, like they were like really good, but there were books that also were not as what I expected, like sometimes they did not even meet my expectations. So I thought let's pre-rate the book and then someday along the line when I do read them, we can see if it actually met my expectations or if it did not meet my expectations. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So starting off, I am going to rate The Wish List by Jane Costello. So you all have seen me talk about this book many times in a few videos before. So let's see exactly what this storyline is. So I'm just going to quickly read this and then let's rate it out of 5. And I'll also mention the Goodreads rating of each book in the video on one of the sides. So y'all can see what my rating was, what the actual Goodreads rating is, and then someday when I read this, my actual rating at that time. Things to do before I turn 30. 1. Sleep under the stars. 2. Become an internationally renowned interior designer. 3. Jump off a plane. 4. Find the man I'm going to marry. There are 6 months left of Emma Reese's 20s and she has some unfinished business. Her career is all wrong, her love life is a mess, and that rambling country house she pictured herself in simply never materialized. Moreover, she's never seen the Northern Lights, mastered the guitar, jumped out of a plane, or snogged anyone famous. Just some of the aspirations declared on a list she compiled 15 years ago. So as Emma hurtles towards her 30th birthday, she sets about addressing these issues. But as she discovers with hilarious consequences, some of them are trickier to achieve than she thought. Wow. So I like that storyline or whatever of it is mentioned here. So out of a 5-star rating, I'm going to give this a 5 star. Why not start with a 5 out of 5, right? Now I just hope the book is written well and the story is as exciting as this storyline here. So let's move on to the next book. Next are 2 standalones by the same author. The Sun is Also a Star and Everything by Nicola Yoon. So first let's see what The Sun is Also a Star is about. The story of a girl, a boy and the universe. Natasha. I am a girl who believes in science and facts, not fate, not destiny, or dreams that will never come true. I'm definitely not the kind of girl who meets a cute boy on a crowded New York street and falls in love with him. Not when my family is 12 hours away from being deported to Jamaica. Falling in love with him won't be my story. Danielle. I've always been the good son, the good student, living up to my parents' high expectations. Never the poet or the dreamer, but when I see her, I forget all about that. Something about Natasha makes me think that fate has something much more extraordinary in store for both of us. The universe. Every moment in our lives has brought us to this single moment. A million futures lie before us. Which one will come true? So I'm definitely someone who believes what the universe said. Every moment in our lives has brought us to this single moment. And I had never read a plot like this before, where they were going to be deported and then they fell in love. So that will be interesting. I am going to rate this. So don't hate me, I'm just saying, okay, I'm just rating. This is just based on my first impression. I'm going to rate this a 4 out of 5 stars, but let's see, who knows, like I know a lot of people have recommended this book, so my actual rating can differ from the rating I'm initially giving. So now we'll see Everything by Nicola Yoon. Live life in a bubble or risk everything for love. Maddie is allergic to the world. She hasn't left her house in 17 years. Ollie is the boy next door. He is determined to find a way to reach her. Everything is about the crazy risks we take for love. So we risk everything for love. I'm not sure, like that was such a small storyline or glimpse into this storyline. So I don't know how to rate this, but risk everything for love, live life in a bubble, 3 out of 5 maybe, like I don't know, it's not enough of information for me to pre-rate it, I believe. So 3 out of 5. If you all have read this book, just let me know in the comments down below what you all thought about this book, or if you think that I'll enjoy it. So the next book on the line is Marcus Zuzak's The Book Thief. So a lot of people have raved about it, and this is one of the popular books that I still haven't read. I haven't even watched the movie, as you all know. But let's see what the storyline is actually about. Oh wow, the first sentence of this storyline. You are going to die. 1939, Nazi Germany. The country is holding its breath. Death has never been busier. Liesel, a 9-year-old girl, is living with a foster family on Himmel Street. Her parents have been taken away to a concentration camp. Liesel steals books. This is her story, and the story of the inhabitants of her street when the bombs begin to fall. This novel is narrated by Death. It's a small story about a girl, an accordionist, some fanatical Germans, a Jewish fist fighter, and quite a lot of thievery. Death will visit the book thief 3 times. So one thing is, I'm not someone who likes historical books and this wars and Nazi Germany sort of thing. No offense to anyone who likes it. And it gives me that Scrooge vibe, like Death visits the book thief 3 times. So like in Scrooge also, the past, the present and the future visits her, like 3 visits from spirits. I'm still not sure. I know this is a highly recommended book. People love it. People love the movie. They think it's an amazing book. It's a huge book for sure. This Nazi Germany, this historical background set in 1939 thing is bothering me a little. So I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. I really don't know if I like it that much or not. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. So this is a book I am really hoping I get to read soon. I don't know why the book jar is not picking it for me. So anyway, most of my favorite booktubers have raved about this book. I have seen this book being like highly rated everywhere. So I have mentioned about this plot in a previous video of mine as well. Y'all can head on over to my channel and watch those videos. So let's check out what the plot is about again as per the book. The circus arrives without warning. No announcements precede it. It is simply there when yesterday it was not. Wow, that's it. This storyline sounds very mysterious. It doesn't give away much. But then I do know a part of the plot and I'm pretty sure I'm going to love it. So I'm going to rate this a 4 out of 5. I know people say this is worthy of a 5-star and they also give it a 5-star, but though I know that I'll like the book, I'm not sure if I'll like it to be like 5 out of 5. I know y'all must be thinking, she went and gave a 5 out of 5 for the wish list and not the Night Circus, but then who knows? As I said, this is just a pre-rating. My ratings will always change once I have actually read it. So let's check out the next book. I See London, I See France by Sarah Mlinowski. I don't know. I still can't pronounce that name. If you all know, please correct me. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, if the author is ever going to watch this video. I hope she does. Anyway, let's see what the storyline of this is. Okay, so the storyline is inside in this book. I see London, I see France, I see Sydney's underpants. That's how it starts, okay? 19-year-old Sydney has the perfect summer mapped out. She is spending the next 4.5 weeks traveling through Europe with her childhood best friend Leela. Their plans include Eiffel Tower selfies, eating cocoa gelato, and making out with thrice hot strangers. Her plans do not include Leela's cheating ex-boyfriend showing up on the flight to London, falling for the cheating ex-boyfriend's thrice hot friend, monitoring her mother's spiraling mental health via text, or feeling like the rope in her friendship tug-of-war. In this hilarious and unforgettable adventure, New York Times best-selling author Sarah Mlinowski tells the story of a girl learning to navigate secret romances, thorny relationships, and the London Tube. As Sydney zigzags through Amsterdam, Switzerland, Italy, and France, she must learn when to hold on, when to keep moving, and when to jump into the Riviera, wearing only her polka dot underpants. I'm going to rate this 4 out of 5. I found the storyline really hilarious. Okay, she's jumping into a Riviera with a polka dot underpants. Like, what can be more hilarious than that? As always, I keep the best for last. Did you hear me saying bests? That's because there are 2 best books, I thought. First is, as always, The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare and a few other authors. So, y'all know I have a huge crush on Magnus Bane. This book is like a compilation of several short stories about Magnus Bane. So, I can't wait to read what the other stories are. I'm definitely going to enjoy it because Magnus is one of my favorite characters from the Shadowhunter world. That is, of course, apart from Will, Tessa, Jem, like the usual, like y'all know me. But then I love Magnus a lot. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy this book. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Were y'all expecting that? I certainly think y'all were. And finally, Ghost of Shadow Marker by Cassandra Clare and yet again a few other authors. Let's see what the storyline is. I know I did not read the storyline of the Bane Chronicles because I know it's several short stories, but like let's get into the storyline of this. The Shadow Market is a meeting point for fairies, werewolves, warlocks and vampires. It's no place for shadow hunters, but through 2 centuries, a silent brother has visited, Brother Zachariah. Once was a shadow hunter called James Carstairs, and his love then and always is the warlock Tessa Gray. Now he is searching for a relic from his past. Follow Jem and see, against the backdrop of the market's dark dealings, Anna Lightwood's doomed romance, Matthew Fairchild's great sin, and Tessa Gray as she is plunged into a world war. Valentine Morgenstern buys a soul and a young Jace Whalen finds safety. In the market is hidden a lost heir and a beloved ghost. But no one can save you once you have traded away your heart, not even Brother Zachariah. Oh wow. I think this is before the Mortal Instruments has actually started, because they say Valentine Morgenstern buys a soul and a young Jace Whalen, so and that means that's the beginning of the Mortal War, the Mortal Instruments series. Okay, I don't know who this Anna Lightwood or Matthew Fairchild is, but I definitely know who James Carstairs and Tessa Gray is. Okay, so as y'all know, I picked the Red Scrolls of Magic and the Lost Book of the White as my February reads, and I have finished them. So I do know what this Shadow Market is. I think I'm going to love this book. I am, and I'm curious to know who these new characters I don't know are. Sounds interesting. So guess what? Another 5 out of 5. So those were all the standalones I have in my TBR pile for this year, and those were my pre-ratings. I know some had like 5-star ratings, and that means I have high expectations for those books. I just hope they meet my expectations or exceed my expectations. I just hope I don't hate the book halfway through. I hope I will enjoy these books and that at least they will pass my pre-ratings. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and my pre-ratings. If you have read this book or all these books or any of these books, and if you have rated them, if you have enjoyed them, please let me know your thoughts and your ratings. If you have rated them on Goodreads, please let me know. I'll go and check them out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until I see you in my next video, here is me signing off for this week. Bye from Oh My Word Melly.